big one here, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Houston Texans.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
Now the third-year man, Najee Harris.
And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good gain.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Harris going to get it again on second down.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Pickett in trouble, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long.
Looking to throw, Pickett. That's caught downfield by Pickens. Through the middle of the field.
And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 68 yards.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
Rolling to his right. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Kenny Pickett.
His fourth touchdown on the year.
And the Steelers are on the board first here this afternoon.
That's a really good decision right there outside of the pocket. You've got to know the right time to shift from passer to runner. He was looking and looking. Nothing there. You can almost feel the brainwaves firing as he calculates, I think I can win a race to the pylon. And he turns out to be right. Touchdown.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away.
Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one.
Again, it's Homer.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
You look at this Steeler defense.
They played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, man, that is just a flat miss. He's in the pocket. The protection holds up. He sees his man come free, but maybe he just gets a little excited about the prospect of a long touchdown.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away.
Now it's Peterson. A 45-yard punt for there on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd down and 9.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
Here's Pickett.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
Jonathan Greenard running in to pick up the sack. So on 4th down, the Steelers going to bring in Braden Mann to punt.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return.
And the Texans will take over.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
You look at this Steeler defense.
They played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you can tell by this team, all right? Anytime you can tell your offense, hey, just get us a couple touchdowns. We got this thing locked down. That's when you know you're playing well and you're carrying your team along.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
This is Homer. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Come on.
Here's Collins. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
The Texans at 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to the good start, but then 2 straight losses since.
And now you start to wonder about what this does for a team's morale, how it affects their psyche, because, let's face it, you work all summer pointing toward that opening game, you get the win, but then you don't carry it on from there. How will they bounce back from these losses and try and get right?
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
Stroud on third down now.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
That was a chance for the breakthrough. He's got a man running free, and you've got to be able to put that on him. But instead, led him too far, incomplete.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Pickett back to the air on second down.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they can use something here on third down.
Now Pickett.
And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
The Steelers send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Taking on the midfield logo. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10.
On the jump. Bronco switch. Bronco switch. Ready, ready.
They'll run this with Homer.
And he'll go down at the 28. Defensively, they were in the 3-4. Solid run up the middle. What made it successful?
Well, what you have to do is control the nose guard, but sometimes you don't do it by blocking him. You do it by influencing him. Get him moving to one side or the other and hit him back on the opposite.
And they'll go play action here with Stroud.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
18 rattlers, 18 rattlers.
3rd and goal, Stroud.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
Ready,
And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3.
Cowboy 80.
They'll try and run for it. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
His 2nd rushing touchdown of the year and 3rd overall. And the Texans' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. So 4th and goal, their head coach gave that offensive line one more chance to punch it in, and this time they were successful.
They certainly paid off the coach's confidence, didn't they? And how about the fact that they stayed with the ground game? Because a lot of times in that situation, partner, we see teams try and roll the quarterback out, give him a little run-pass option, and treat it like a 2-point conversion play. In this case, they went with a little bit more power and got it done.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll run again with Harris. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
James Daniels, the guard, called for the penalty there.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Pickett now from the gun here.
Pass incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett.
And that is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
It'll be a 41-yard punt, give him 5 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They're starting to put some space here. You know, first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here.
As Stroud now to throw.
And his throw here is incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Out to his left. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Houston.
John Mechie,
his first touchdown on the year.
And the Texans will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. It's good to make it 17-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Pickett, he'll look to throw it. A short one there to Freiermuth.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game.
Pickett will look to throw it here.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There's a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Pickett. That's caught. Allen Robinson.
The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. But he's got his target, Harris. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Give him 30 yards there. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Pickett back to throw.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Back to throw, Pickett. That's swung out wide to Harris. And they're going to have a 1st down, and they're in field goal range as well as they're down inside the 20.
Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Off the play fake, here's Pickett.
Escaping the pressure right. And it's caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
That throw finds Pickens in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
A great effort there in the final seconds of the 1st half.
And the Steelers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the 1st half. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this 1st half as the kick's away. Phillips now from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter.
Let's go now. Ready?
Final play of the half, Stroud. Into a sea of defenders and
Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you on over
these
to
two clubs running through their final
Coachman
halftime adjustment.
It's
just about time to get back
report.
at
Take it away,
For the call of
Coach.
the 2nd half, we go back out to Houston, H-Town, and Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this 3rd quarter.
Phillips now from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the 2nd half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Stroud. He's got it to Collins, complete.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Collins had a chance to seize a starting role in the weak Texans offense last year, but only managed to play in 10 games. Has to show some more playmaking ability this year, facing increased competition for targets.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead, because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. That's good for 28 yards.
Oh, I like that play call there. After a run for good yards, you get a defense thinking they'll go back to the well. So that's a great time to call play action and give your receivers a little extra edge. And they complete the pass there for another first down.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's Stroud. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Steelers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And their defense did its job, forcing the takeaway there to start the half, and now can the offense follow suit?
And you'd better believe that one side of the ball feeds off the work of the other, so they'll want to come out, establish some rhythm, and go down and take the lead. He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Off play action, Pickett. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Brought down on the play by the linebacker, Christian Harris. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Pickett. A short one there to Fryermuth. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And 3rd and 8 now. But plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now, they're playing really loose. They've got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage.
From the gun on 3rd down, Pickett. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 97 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Play action. Here's Stroud. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And now off to the races down the right side. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown, and this lead changes hands here in the third quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball and said, let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And, boy, that sure turned out well for them.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Going on the ground with Homer. The tackle made by Levi Wallace.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. Stroud sets up the play action. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second down at 5. Harris running straight ahead. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Pickett now to throw off the play fake. Rolling to his left. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down. On the give, this is Harris. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Najee Harris, well built for work down here near the end zone. That's a nice job there to hold him up. But I doubt we've seen the last of him on this drive.
Pickett going to bootleg it. Sliding out of the pocket. That's caught at the 1. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. Harris. And Harris is not going to get there. Great work defensively to stop him short. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
And now here in this situation, a field goal would still have them only up by 1 score, so I would think about going for it. Even if you don't get in, you put your defense in a really nice spot, making the offense go the long way to try and score.
Stopped behind the line. He tried to keep it himself, but can't stretch his way in. And this Texans defense comes up with a goal line stand. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And can they take advantage? Their defense got the 4th down stop, and now they're hoping to find the end zone. A field goal wouldn't be enough to erase this 4th quarter deficit.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a gain.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
1st and 10, it's Stroud. They're going across the field, he connects with Mechie.
A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32.
Short gain, last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely, this defense, they're saying go right ahead with those.
18, Pioneer. Ready.
Now Stroud.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander.
Partner, you absolutely cannot take a sack in that situation. Now, it's also 4th down.
Let's go.
Here
now.
we go. This is 4th down.
60 Bobcat. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. 19 tight. 19. Mustang 19. Ready.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud. Finding Schultz. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down. And they calibrate a big one there to keep the drive moving and then some.
Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down. Trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted. And they did.
79 Broncos. Riggs. Riggs.
Here's Stroud. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion. So I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think if they're trying to get several plays off in quick succession, if they can.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10. Stroud to throw it.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Another try from the 19. 2nd and 10.
Chop alert.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
On the jump.
Here comes 2nd down. Stroud.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's fourth down. Fourth down. Stroud going to try to throw for it.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression?